going to fire off a new game.
Welcome to Yosemite Valley. You think the guy who wrote that down actually cared if he felt welcome when he showed up here? Yeah, well, it was probably old man William after all. Good old granddad. So I guess I should probably feel welcome. You know, he had a much bigger heart than me. I haven't been here since I was just a little lad. Other than that one night.
Oh, gee, what?
I guess I'll have to walk from now on.
I can finally just take a true breath of air and breathe in that cold, fresh mountain air, full of possibilities and hope. You know, I could really start over here, start a new life. A new life? I'm not really sure if I deserve it, but I'm told that I should forgive myself, release all the pain inside. I can look for answers. Might not be the ones I'm hoping for, but they might be the ones that help me all the same. Grandpa used to carry me around pert near. I'd always get tired and complain about having to walk up the hills and walk down the hills, and how the old timers always say, you know, they walked to school uphill both ways in the snow and the rain. They never had good stories, but I really felt that way when I was younger. You know, but Grandpa, he was a strong man. He'd throw me right on his back and carry me right over the mountain if I asked him to. But changed my life for better, living off the land like the old man did. I want to get back to that. I'm looking for a more truer, simpler way of living. It's crazy what they did back then, with their bare hands, living off the land, making stuff that would last a lifetime. This cabin looks a little rusty, a little bit worse for wear, but all intents and purposes,
Hey, Chucky.
it's still livable. And it still looks pretty good inside, so I guess the old man did a good job when he built this place.
Okay, so I was expecting a menu. I never opened the game, so I was expecting a menu. So we will see how that goes. I have some advice here. Bum 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 bum. Early access available May 26, 2022. Starting price is $8.99. The game is called Yosemite Forest Ranger. If you run into bugs, I have Yosemite, blah, 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 blah. And there's a short tutorial in the beginning. Give it a second first time you enter a game and follow it to the letter. Only takes about 2 to 3 minutes to finish, but it builds up. Now you can skip it if you mess up the order. Then there's easier to start over. And then there's some other things. Okay, cool. So this is this. Hey, bud dog. Alright, well, press any key. Continue, new options. Gameplay, no display. Okay. Borderlands, windowed. Apply. Back. This that was display graphics. Epic across the board. Motion blur off. Good. Motion blur off to start with. Awesome. So far, everything else controls key bindings. Okay, spacebar to jump, interact E, inventory I, camera, perspective V, lantern F. Okay, that's easy enough. Gamepad bindings, cool. Alright. I'm playing on a monitor. I have a 32-inch LG monitor in front of me. I have actually two of those. Just back. New game. Yosemite Ranger. I'm glad we got that one right. Shot. I love you, QQ, but for reference. Okay. Textures are loading. Temperature is 5. Okay, so cool. There's a temperature above me. Autumn, day, time, year. And short of actually seeing the eyeballs, which, you know, is weird, but otherwise, hey Queen. Looks good. Short of the eyeballs, it looks good. How is the movement? Okay, the guy looks like he swallowed a stick, but, you know, it is what it is. Hello. Alright, well, there's a letter pinned to the post of the cabin. Wonder what it says. Okay, we can run around too. So what does it say? E to interact. Dear Theo, thank you for coming out here and taking over my place in the valley. I hope you had a good journey. No, we drove like a drunkard and crashed. I know you have been here often as a kid, and we used to send each other all those cassette tapes. It's 1982 for everybody who's judging me. It's late 1900s, right? Just for reference. 1982 is late 1900s, so I used to carry them around with me while walking all over the valley to listen to them in those times when I missed you the most. I think I misplaced some of them. Maybe they're still around somewhere. Anyways, kid, keep in mind that during the colder weather you need some extra food and water in ya. I'm pretty sure my mushroom soup recipe should be in the bookcase summers. Be great. I love you, kid. Grandpa William. Right, so we have to... There is no way to escape it except pressing back. Alright. Pick up brown mushroom from the plant bed. Okay, brown mushroom. That's one. That's two. That's three. Cool. What's next? Welcome to Yosemite Valley. Pick up some sticks. They look like tree saplings. Their leaves will color red during autumn. They're gonna need for fuel and cooking. Okay, so sticks. The sticks. Oh, that's not sticks. That's not sticks. No. Cooking. Where do I pick up the sticks from? Oh, that's not sticks. They look like tree samplings. So, this is a stick? Yeah, okay, so plants look like sticks. Pick up the canteen with clean water from the kitchen counter. Okay, kitchen counter it is. Open. Canteen with water. Pick up. What's next? Pick up recipe from bookcase, open inventory tab or I, and right click the book to learn the recipe. Okay? Recipe. Pick it up.
What's this old dusty leather book? Mushroom soup. Huh. I loved it when Grandpa made that for us back in the good old days. I bet this has got its secret sauce in it.
The time is flowing a little fast for my taste, but okay. And learn. Okay. Close that. Check. Do I make the soup now? Crafting. Cooking pot. Put this in the cooking pot. Put this in the cooking pot. We need fire for that. Escape doesn't close things. That's weird. Alright. So how do I start things? Q, wait. Need few. This. So crafting. That's weird. They not learn. I learned it. It said to follow it to the letter. Told I'm supposed to follow it to the letter. Oh, we picked up the book and we learned it. They learned it the wrong way. Okay, hang on. So doesn't want to trigger anything. Okay, help. Is there a help thing? No. Options, save, load. There is no load. Yeah, but I'm assuming it will tell me how to actually cook it. So I can zoom in, zoom out. Transfer 1, transfer 2 sticks, transfer all, split. Do I do it this way? So we got soup and a stick back. So actually, let's leave this stick in here. Okay, the tutorial is not triggering, which is weird. I'm told I'm supposed to get the whole tutorial going, so I'm gonna go back and try it again. Okay. New game. Little suspicious. Things don't work right away. I get a little suspicious. Uh, let's do the following. Let's do the mushrooms first, just like we were told. Let's get the sticks. Sticks. Then we were told to get the canteen. Then we were told to get the book.
What's this old dusty leather book? Mushroom soup. Huh. I loved it when Grandpa made that for us. Back in the good old days. I bet this has got a secret sauce in it.
Okay. We learned that. Okay. Weird that it's not triggering. Dirty water canteen, okay. Oh. Alright, so there's...
Yeah, I sure do remember this. She was the cutest little pupper ever. Grandfather sure did love her. Even though she never got bigger than a squirrel and never turned into much of a guard dog, but she sure did like to bark.
Okay, well,
Oh, something doesn't feel right.
Oh, hey, Captain. Okay, so we are sick for another, what, 15 seconds? Hey, how do I restart the thing? Is there a way? Is there a note here I got from the developer to how to restart it? I am doing well. I am a little confused about how to restart the tutorial. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time, and then I'm just gonna go with the start. So I was told specifically to follow the instruction to a T, and apparently there is no T. Let's pop it in back in. Good. Error occurred. App is running. What do you mean app is running?
Welcome to Yosemite Valley. You think the guy who wrote that down actually cared if he felt welcome when he showed up here?
Why is this?
Yeah, well, it was probably old man William after all. Good old granddad. So I guess I should probably feel welcome. You know, he had a much bigger heart than me. I haven't been here since I was just a little lad. Other than that.
So this is what I missed at the very beginning. Look at the
Oh,
map.
gee, what?
Okay. Skip over that. By the way, for those of you, that's a floppy. Okay, press the key to start. Let's start options, controls, no. Audio, no. Start a new game. And if nothing else, we're gonna just YOLO it and see how it goes. Kind of excited because it looks nice. It looks nice. It looks nice. It feels relatively smooth. Not sure what the tutorial didn't trigger. Okay. Wonder what it says. Okay, so we're gonna do exactly what it says. Alright, we read this already, Grandpa William. Pick up mushrooms from the bed. We could really use a way to reset the tutorial in-game. Pick up some sticks, they look like tree sampling. That's one. That's two. Next one. Canteen water. Not picking anything else up. Bookcase inventory. Right click on the book and learn the recipe. Okay. So,
What's this old dusty leather book? Mushroom soup. Huh. I loved it when Grandpa made that for us. Back in the good old days. I bet this has got a secret sauce in it.
okay. So there was a quick little message, something about the stove. I didn't read it because I wasn't expecting it to pop in and pop out. So now we know. Do not leave anything behind. Okay. Next. This part will show you the learned recipes. We found that out already. Keep in mind that some recipes require a certain level of certain level to be able to cook them. Okay. Next. This part is the tooltip. Okay. For instance, there's a craftable, yeah, cool. Items, inventory, crafting, put, as well as fuel. That was a second to figure that one out, but okay. Check. And then fuel is required. Turn on the station. Okay. Up. Down. Check and fire. Back, go back, and that's it. And nothing else is triggering. Okay. One more thing I need to do is I need to get the UI interface. There is no UI interface, is there? Something for UI interface is the percent of modify the render resolution. Okay. So that's not what we need. Right, so now we have food. And now what? Right. Since I'm planning on reviewing this game, we're going to be reviewing it. So the first thing is we need escape to close menus. That's one. Aesthetic. That's one. Well, we need a reset tutorial thing. What else we need? Uh, uh, some kind of tutorial combination. Windows appear and disappear without notice. Okay, so far good. Next one. Since we don't know what to do next because it didn't say anything else, I'm just gonna start picking up random things and see how it goes. I cannot pick up the X, and I feel like we're gonna need the X to do stuff. Jumping is a little weird, but that's okay. Alright, those look like poisonous mushrooms. Right, well, I'm not. Is there another shed here or something I could get like tools from? Do I need to make my own tools? Some more. Probably see some deer there. Okay. Right, well, I like the amount of noise. Like the birds in the background and the running. that. What those are. Drink from the sink. I don't want to drink from the sink. Lantern is not working. Okay, radio. Check cassette tapes. We don't have any. Couch is for sleeping. Close this up.
Man, I sounded so silly in those old tapes.
One tape. That's a relatively quick respawn rate for things. I don't want to shrink. Okay, canteen. Can I put it anywhere? No. Okay. So, lamp works. Ammo. Split custom drop. Zoom split one. What's this? Plus to what? Ah, weapon things disappears. Alright, double clicking lantern makes weapon slot primary. Disappear. Okay, so that's weird. I'll pick these two things up. Hey, Apex. Alright, and 2 p.m. it started snowing and we're starting to get cold. Great. I need tools. Okay, mushrooms are back. So if I can figure out how to get water, pick up water. So we are safe from cold in here. Transfer all types. This is for drinking. Okay, how do I fill a canteen? Okay, so if I drink, I automatically fill canteen. So now we have water, we have a little bit of food. Actually, hang on. If we have access to infinite water, we can make infinite food. One select. Check, check, and check, check, and go. Okay. Right, so now we have infinite food. Oh, infinite food. We have at least some food. Now let's go back to the car and don't. I really think maybe I should rewatch my recording and take a look at what was that step we missed, the last step we missed. Yeah, let's do that because I feel like I'm missing something. Like I'm missing weapons or something. Switch, and we're testing a new game. This is us. Let's see. Okay, pick up the book. We did that. Go to the stove and click through the pages to read about the stove. We did that. Cook some mushroom soup. Okay. What did it say? It says something. Cook mushroom soup. Good job, you're on your own. Stay alive. Okay, so we didn't miss anything. We are just kind of left to our own devices. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, so I still think we should go back to the car. We wouldn't be going to the bumble crack middle of nowhere if we didn't have some tools somewhere. Okay, so it was snowing, and then an hour later it's already 7 degrees. So it was negative something plus something. That doesn't feel like it's realistic. We definitely need a UI scaling. User interface scaling. It's definitely needed. All right. Oh, look at that. It was +7 and now it's -4. -5. -6. Okay, leveling up music is weird. But we leveled. I seen fast temperature drops in when you walk up the mount. I never seen them to happen within 5 minutes. Okay, the targeting is a little weird, and that's okay. Right, so yellow is the temporary stamina, and that seems to be working pretty well. Purple is dropping like oh cool, we get this up. Oxygen, food. One more? Can't. Alright. Um the purple thing, which is I'm assuming fatigue or exhaustion levels. That's dropping pretty fast too. You look at the temperature. There's no way temperature is moving that fast. Right. Well, but you know that. Suppose that adds a level of difficulty. There's some angles I cannot traverse. Zoom in and zoom out camera is weirdly pivoted.
I reckon I should probably get a drink. My tongue feels like sandpaper. I need a drink.
And this gives me hydration and food. And fatigue. Good. Uh, zoom in, zoom out. Camera. It's weird. Alright, well, that's weird. Look at the temperature. From minus to plus again. And all snow is gone. The temperature is definitely off. Yeah, I think the camera is just based on terrain. Still feels a little bit weird. Right, but the sunset is coming down at about the right speed. That's cool. Okay, whoa. Yeah. Sun on, sun off. Weird. Question mark there. Okay, now it's stabilized. Interesting. Colors are good for the sun. I like it. I've been watching sunset in Scam a lot. I've been watching sunset in Kama, or how the weather feels in 7 Days to Die, and Plague Tale Innocence and a couple other games, and I find that a good sun management is very, very awesome. Let's get to the car. Faster we get the car, the better. Okay, let's try the lantern. Oh, nice. Kind of a outward creepiness, but I like it. What the hell is this? Fireflies, maybe? Ooh! I don't know if there should be this many stars, but they're moving. Area Borealis are moving. And they have the signature vertically for it. Nice. Okay. So that I like. Okay, this is a little weird. There doesn't look to be any timer on. Oh, look at the moon. And they got the little rays from the moon going around. Nice. Nice. Is the moon moving? Yes, it is. Feels a little big, but okay. Okay, there's a house. You didn't turn off the car? Oh, dummy. Okay, I can push the car while it's still on. Yeah, I can push the car. Okay, so next note, car is on. Car is still on and can push it with ease. That's a big one. Right, well, let's see. visitor center.
Doors locked, windows locked, can't get in. Guess I'll have to look around and find a key.
How does he know the windows are locked? I got up to the mountain, and well, I found our car. So, you know, we found the car. The downside of it is the car is you know is very pushy. So, and there's the visitor center. We had Aurora Borealis going on. Oh, there's a remainder of the summer there on the horizon. And then the moon, and now the sky is changing. So. Oh. Jen. Hey, look. Because that's not creepy at all. Okay, camera goes stupid in the well. So we are reviewing a game called Yosemite Forest Ranger, and so far I'm liking it. Although there's a couple of little things there. I am just making a little note here for myself. So we just fall in here.
My tongue feels like sandpaper. I need a drink.
Okay. Good on drinks.
I
Good
might
job.
want to hold on to this.
Well, pick up the axe and the pickaxe and the. Ooh, hello. Okay. Wine? Seriously, you're not gonna take the wine? You're gonna pick up the screwdriver and not the wine? What's wrong with you? Oh, what's that?
Look at there. It's another old tape.
Okay, so that's the second one. Doesn't seem to be anything. Oh, here it is. Wait, old rusty key. I'm really upset I can't pick up the axe. Feels. What the hell? No. A little bit of an echo. Nice. Does it feel like this is actually made out of stone? Okay, didn't get in. Let's close this up. That's a pretty picture. What else is here? Stove. Do we have enough mushrooms to cook? Yes, we do, but we need a sink first. And there's a sink. Huh. Chatterino doesn't know what to do with announcements, and this is the first time I've seen an announcement. So. To live. To live. That's pretty much the game. I've been told this game is similar to Firewatch in some regards, so that's the thing. And that's Yeah, the merch store is up, or the merch is up. Uh, but unless you guys wanted to right now, right this second, uh, uh, huh. So we are on the green one. The green one is ours. We are at red, and there's some other cabinets. Cool. Um, but yeah, unless you guys want it right now, give me a day. I'll put up a promotion code. Hey, Spicy. In there. Why is it so gloomy in here?
Hey, Grandpa. I just got done studying, and I was thinking about that time we went fishing. And I caught that big fish, but I was like too scared to stick my hand in its mouth to pull out the hook. And he kept telling me, just do it, just do it. And, you know, I don't know, I was just thinking about it. It was a good memory, and it was sticking in my head while I was just sitting here looking out the window. So I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you soon.
Rewind forward, and over record don't work, but that's okay. How do you eject it? I don't eject it. Okay.
Hi, Grandpa. This is tape number 12. I'm sorry I haven't sent one to you in a long time. The batteries died on it, and, Mom said she couldn't get batteries. But I just wanted to let you know that everything's going great. Mom says we'll come see you soon.
Oh. Nothing here, nothing here. Fireplace is still on. It's weird.
What is this? Is this one of my old recordings?
I got another recording. No. Sleep. Oh, hi, drunk. And welcome.
Hey, it's another recording.
Yay. There. Oh, another one.
Hey, look at that. Another tape.
Okay, so far so good. How are you doing? Get actual food, Darkness, if you have a chance. Finding more tapes, that's good. No, what? Why is this a problem? Okay. Getting up. Visitor center. Attic. So, what we got, and if I feel I can stomach it low. Oh, I completely agree. Light food would be ideal, but
Man, I sounded so silly in those old tapes.
yeah, got more tapes. not ideal, but that's okay. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. How do you get out? Why is it minus 16? It says minus 16 feels like it's gonna... Okay, it's snowing again. Right. Strafing is a little bit of an issue. I'm gonna roll the car down the hill, see how far we can get it. Targeting is a little weird. Yeah, that my money don't jiggle, it folds, right? Cold pizza sounds okay. Overviews looks good. That's gonna be a problem. Or is it? Can we walk through these? Probably not. Alright, let's go see if we can screw with the car. The car's still on? Yes, it is. What are the chances we can get it to absolute bottom? Three. About now. That looks okay. I hope that wasn't needed for a quest. Cold and fatigue. A car that after an accident was left running on top of a mountain. And I just pushed it. Food fatigue. Food fatigue. I figured it would be interesting. Take a look what's going on. Yeah, the temperature changes are... It bugs me. Slightly frosty view around the screen. I don't know if you guys can see it right around the top and edge. It's very visible. That's actually a nice touch. Food doesn't give as much fatigue recovery as food and water, so that's good. Water is a little bit more scarce than food. It's gonna force us to sleep more. What happens if fatigue reaches zero? Nothing. Low energy and fatigued and very cold. It is minus 20 after all. Question number 2 is there damage in this game? Equipped is a primary, but I cannot swing it. Alright, is there damage in this game? Hey, Firsty.
Ow! I better get that cleaned up.
Okay, there's a little bit of damage. Let's see how much more damage you can do.
My tongue feels like sandpaper. I need a drink.
Okay. Okay, damage. Full damage is soft. Full damage is a little soft. It's okay. No. But the mountains and the trees and okay, flipping through the mountain. You mean the damage? It needs to be doubled, if not tripled. A fall of 3 stories should drop you 50 to 60%. That's my view. And then we have a square end of river. The first should have really mained me, but I'm at what, 60%? I don't mind the health region. Like the right, because right now my health is at 67, 68, 69. So I don't mind the fast health region because the game, it's supposed to be a pleasant experience rather than designed for people like myself who, enjoy abuse. So the health region, I don't mind. And I think that might be an easy fix of just setting up an option. Yeah, pain or shock or something. Yeah, that was 12 points of damage. That's not enough. Oh, good to know. So I don't mind the health regening fast because that's, at least I would imagine, that's not a very difficult fix to do where you just have an option where you don't regen health, or you regen slowly, or you regen when you sleep, or when you're warm, or not when you're cold. Some kind of a...
What's that over there? Is that another fire tower?
Where did you see I know I saw a fire. Oh, here. Cool. So that's not bad. I'm taking some notes firsty so I can kind of combine the whole thing. Yeah, that I would imagine that. The fact that there's nothing negative from lack of fatigue is troublesome, and the camera is silly. So camera is definitely silly. Firsty, if you want, I can clip that from the beginning to the end of me playing the game. I can clip it out, put it on YouTube in a separate file, so you have it. If you want to take a look at what I actually did to get to a certain result. Yeah, that's camera in third person is a little.
Another recipe? Peppermint tea? Well, I ain't got no microwave to heat up the water, but it sounds delicious.
And we have camp stove. Check, 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 check. Let's go learn that. What are we missing? What happened to our canteen? Okay, so canteen disappears. So there's a bug with a canteen disappearance. Yeah. Likely draw players. No. Except I cannot post it for 24 hours after the stream ends. So, in all fairness, you will probably get it if I finish today. I edit it out today. You most likely will going to get it on the 15th, somewhere mid morning. Because I'm an affiliate and Twitch has the Pimp Daddy clause about exclusivity, I cannot do certain things. Free of dandelion, so. I know how Twitch works. Yep. Okay. Sleep. Okay, let's test out sleeping. Actually, what time is it? Sleep. Sleep. What? What just happened? I slept for an hour. Okay, the sleep UI needs love. There needs to be something. Let's do 4 hours. Let's do 5. Let's do 4 hours. I want to get the sunset again. Okay, good. Doors are a little weird, but that's okay. Alright. Let's test the whole I cannot die from damage. Because this should Ooh, hang on. Can we get up there? Okay, not being able to jump off. Not a big fan of soft boundaries in video games. Yep. Okay, how about here? Yeah, that's 26.
Tea will get me right as rain.
26 damage. That should be tripled. Alright. Let's take a look at this. That's nice. Speed is, I think, a little too fast. But on the other hand, the clock works fast. Because I've seen when I lived in Central Europe, I seen clouds come over mountaintops with rain really fast. So okay, I cannot do this. I have to go here. Actually, yeah, that's still broken. Okay. So I seen clouds do this quickly. How's the temperature? Temperature is rising. Okay. Targeting of loot feels awkward too. Sometimes it targets, sometimes it doesn't. Got this. Um, that's important. Where we're going? We were going. That's the mountain. We're going this way.
Hello? Well, I don't think anybody's home. Let's go inside and see what we can find. Doors locked, windows locked, can't get in. Guess I'll have to look around and find a key.
Saying windows are locked, doors are locked.
Doors locked, windows locked, can't get in. Guess I'll have to look around and find a key.
It's this white stuff here. Something is clipping through. Sleeping bag. And no key. Hey Fyodor, thank you for looking after our cabin while we are away. The key is hidden in the same spot as when you were a kid, so it should be easy to find for you. Did you hide a key? Under the stairs? Under the wheelbarrow? Yep. The wheelbarrow. Right. Bear traps, unmovable. Gun, unmovable. Bow and arrow. Very, very, very big tees. What do we have there? Clean water. A lot of clean water. Good. I appreciate darkness, but unless you're getting something out of the stream, like the peaceful sound of my voice that puts you right to sleep, don't worry about the lurk. And if it's not too much trouble, can I check in on you tomorrow? Or yours later, mine tomorrow? I know. I very much appreciate it. Here, no. Okay, that would be absolutely fantastic. Okay, nothing upstairs. Frankly, it's not the worst I've seen in actually in games, so I'm here to listen, darkness, but again, it's your comfort and uh, it's your comfort. And we need we need food and water. Check. Should get us going. What else is here?
I should probably try to find a map. This place is huge. Seems even bigger now, even though I'm a bit taller.
Almost 4. Yeah, of course you will. The way I always look at it is maybe to be a little easier with a little QQ on the side. Alright. Those are a little too bright, but they're nice. Okay, that's a good angle. There's no swinging things around. Yeah, these fireflies, good at a long distance.
Feels like sandpaper. I need a drink.
Up close, they feel awkward. How is the sky? Cloudy area. It's moving. Nice. Okay. My stats are going down super fast. Once, twice, they should cover most of the needs. So step 1 is getting mushroom soup. Okay, the walk is a little slow. The walk feels a little slow. It feels like, like I really don't care about anything. So it feels a little slow. I don't know if the movement or the speed on the screen just really needs a little bit of a boost. The jog is about right. Maybe a little faster. That doesn't matter. The stamina regeneration, it's okay. I saw the upgrade system. I don't know how good that is in the long term, so we're gonna see that. It's interesting. Definitely looks like a path. I do like the teaser about the arrows and the gun.
What's that
and
off in the distance? Is that a fire tower?
fire tower. Lights on everywhere and fireplaces on. That could be tricky. Fireplaces and I mean, it looks spectacular, just it being on. And you can't get underneath a fire tower. All right, so that's interesting. What's the leaves? Leaves look okay. Food and water thing I haven't figured out. I'm assuming
Ugh,
I get.
I really need a drink.
Think it's. Oh, empty canteen. That was weird. That refill. We make something. Tea. We have only 2 of those. Can we make clean water? There's some weight limitations. Yes,
Well, look right there. A map. Perfect. That's just what I needed.
Feels having to spend time in again in forests and mountain ranges in the mornings. That feels in autumn. That feels realistic. The ability to fall off a tower that needs to improve. Needs to improve.
Oh, that's a boo-boo right there.
Falling of fire towers and going other fire towers. Now those are big. Those are big, I think. Yeah, aiming at loot is that's definitely weird. And the transition is weird. Okay.
The northeast fire tower.
We are here. No, we are here.
Grandpa took me on down. If I remember right, those steps used to be radio tower to the northeast. I guess I'll just look for the blinking lights.
Okay.
Down to this old abandoned village. I should probably go see what's over there now, even though it's creepy as heck. That's the hill base fire tower, the southern fire tower. I remember Grandfather quite slip another one of the cat. Now, if I head up southeast, of the valley. I think that's one of
The map is a little weird. That's okay. Let's go this southeast. Radio tower cabins. Okay. Oh no, for a early release beta kind of game, there's a lot of things I really like about this. I mean, it's obviously incomplete, but there is a lot of little things that are making me very happy. Some things that not, but you know, it goes with the territory. Camping ground, let's go to camp. So I'll be happy to drop the link to when it's posted to you guys. I do the way it feels. I do like the way it feels. That's a big one. When it comes to games, for me the
getting a
feel
little
is
turned around, but I'm pretty sure the camping ground's just over that way.
yeah. Oh, I did. At the beginning I read off parts of what Frost or what Simon sent me on Discord. But if you want, you can drop the link to the Steam game in chat. I know I will be attaching the link to the description of the video afterwards. All right. Camping. Campfire for food. Nice. Yes. Yo. All right. Sleep. Did I just manage to walk on the tent? Sleep in one. Not sleep in this one. Cannot sleep in this one. Can sleep in this one, not this one. Right. No negatives for hunger or fatigue.
Oh man, that one hurt. Ow! I better get that cleaned up. Ow!
Okay. No food is actually going to kill you.
Ow! God dang it! Oh, just a sip of tea will get me right as rain. Oh, that's
works.
a boo-boo right there. Oh man, that one hurt. Look at there. It's another old tape.
That's 7. 7 out of 10 so far. seriously thirsty
What is this? Is this one of my old recordings?
in the toilet. All right, we are 8 out of 10 on the 8. This is my number 8. If I had to guess,
That's
so I got one
there was
here.
another
I got some
right there.
here.
up these other one of the
I'm assuming there's one, at least one
Yeah.
somewhere, either one of those two, and then one of them in one of the houses.
yeah,
So,
if I had
so let's see if I can cross the river. Next step. I'm gonna see if we can cross the river by foot. No oxygen stat. Okay, no drowning. That's a problem. Alright. I'm sure it is. Firstly, I'm not. The thing is, I'm not looking to find weaknesses in the game, because that's not the point. The point isn't for me to punch down and like, oh, this doesn't work and this doesn't work and that doesn't work and oh my god, because that's not what I do in games, unless somebody comes and be like, this is the best game ever, and I'm like, okay, we can play the game. But I'm actually curious about, what's not there, what is there. Because from the couple betas and early releases I have played, sometimes the little things just escape. Like aiming on things or things disappearing. Like in our case, the primary weapon slot disappears. Where's the screwdriver now? Screwdriver disappeared. So, it's kind of a cool thing where a primary slot disappears. And those are little things that eventually get fixed and flushed out when systems become more robust. Well, not for lack of trying, but we tried to drown, we tried to starve ourselves, we fell from a cliff and a fire tower and whatnot, so short of getting eaten by a bear or a bunch of boars, I think I want to see if I can find the edge of the map and see if how this game handles hard boundaries. Thank you. I think the loot is a little bit more too plentiful. Yeah, but that's obvious. If eating one would kill you, that would be interesting. Oh, by the way, one of the big things is scaling of UI. Like, this is great size, but how small this is, it becomes troublesome. I'm playing on 4K at this time for size. Okay, so this is how you guys handle hard boundaries. Well, this is how I would handle it, but okay. There's one way to handle our boundaries. Nice. Let's see how you guys handle this underwater thing. Oh, oh, come on. It's not great. The water feels okay. Oh, well, one way. Firstly, have you seen what's going on in Montana this week and over the last couple days? Where the river got out of the banks and is. Let me find it. So you want to close. You want to close the park. That's how you do it. Now, I don't know which part of the park you are actually placing you and your team are placing the game, but you want to close the park. That's how you do it. There's a video. Um,
Plenty of
Unfortunately,
options.
though, not all national numerous roadways are washed out or even blanketed with mud and rocks. Multiple bridges may also be affected by the storms, and the situation will likely get worse before it gets better.
right. So what I'm saying is, if you want to close part of the park, you can, again, depending where you want to be in the park, you can just do that, or make it, make water something that you cannot handle for a long period of time, and then if you have water, if you have the river spill out somewhere and make it slightly swampy, then people will die out of lack of fatigue or lack of stamina or just drown. And then you will have a natural boundary that most people will not try crossing. Right now, the very big issue I'm having with this is the weather change. It's a little too fast. But otherwise than that, very... I very much like it. Yeah, that the sound is about right for the rain too. The sound is about right for the rain. But that means the sound of the grass is too loud. So I like the different weather events. I like the feel for those weather events. I don't like how fast they're changing. Doesn't feel realistic. We're going north. Yeah, walking definitely feels a little slow. We are going. We're going this way. So is this north? Yes, this is north. Good. No. Escape not being a way to close menus. That's a big thing. I'm gonna put on my list again. All right. Well, on how was the plan? That's we are here somewhere.
That's another one of the cat.
That. Talk to you later. Thank you very much. I'll be at it for probably another half an hour. And after that, I'll do a summary and then close it off. And I'll clip it and put it on YouTube. Thank you again for the game, though. I very much appreciate the opportunity to take a look at it. And feels awkward. I think the sun is too big. Disk too big. Too answers. That I don't see any other way to do it. Right. Well, have a great day at work. And if anything comes up, feel free to DM me. All right, chat. Let's get up to the tower. Let's see if we can get some fall damage going. I think that's it. That little spiky thing. Okay. Verticality issue with walking up a mountain cliff. Yep. That's something to easy fix, I would think. They're about to level again. Hopefully then level before we finish. Okay, that's the known issue with the map. Reopen the map
That's another.
and the sound goes away. Oh, what's the fix for it? Go into the menu and then back to the game. Okay, we're gonna do that. See if it works. Then back to the menu. Loading times are long. Wonder why. Yeah, it's pretty bad weather or cold outside, take shelter inside. I think slowing down the progression of hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, or room temperature cold. That was weird. Okay. Loading glitch question mark? That was weird. Alright. We changed the progression hot and after loading weather is different. I think switching the progression hot, cold, slowing that down and making cold and wet be a little bit more negative, it's going to produce a much more interesting result when it comes to the survival aspect. What does it look like? Little too white. Alright. The mushrooms I really want to level. We don't get much. We need what? 6 more points and we get 0.1. And the mushrooms on the mountain like this. Yeah, there should be mushrooms on the mountains. That's a big thing. Yay! Okay, level up music. That breaks immersion. Level up music breaks immersion. Music breaks immersion. That's gonna be an issue. But that's okay. It's easy fix as well. Still 0.1 per. Okay, this canyon is definitely unnecessary. I mean, unless it's a reference to something, there shouldn't be a canyon for an extended period of time in the video game. Unless there's something happening or you're clearing, changing locations or something. That genuinely felt weird. Right. Walking is definitely too loud when everything else is quiet. What do I think of it? Boundaries in video games are having the same issue as the creators of the Truman Show. Right? It's the question of how do you keep somebody contained while giving them the feel that they have access to the whole world. I mean, unless you have a randomly generated or procedurally generated expanding universe where you get to travel from one part to the other, how do you do it? Now, in some games, the exteriors and the ground and the mountains and whatnot and the rivers are fixed and everything else gets repopulated, like plants and berries and whatnot. But in some, everything is predetermined. Predetermined things allow for higher level of customization and fine-tuning, but on the other hand, once you learn where things are, you're kind of screwed, because you know where things are, and then you have to redo challenges of either attempting to pretend like you forgot, or you acknowledge the fact that you know where things are, and then you try to not do anything about it. Where the hell are we? Here. Somewhere here. I suppose one of the ways to try to mitigate some of this predetermined one trick pony kind of worlds where you're constrained to a set space and you have to then you have to occupy it, is to build a hybrid model where you change certain aspects of the game. Like loot and positioning of resources and whatnot, while keeping all the other things like the terrain and the buildings steady. The Long Dark adopts that model. It looks like this game is adopting that model as well. Project Zomboid adopts that model as well. Outward adopted that model. And some games like 7 Days to Die, especially with the random map generation feature, are very comfortable with changing everything. Well, what does it do? Well, it creates certain problems like, terrain not being perfect all the time, or unexpectedly certain parts of the world feeling a lot more difficult than they should be, or a lot easier, or a lot more imbalanced than if they were by design. And I think there's a place for every single type of the game, is there? If you're doing speed running, you want things somewhat predetermined. It will be hard to speed run Mario if every time the levels were different. Although, talking about a cool game is Mario with randomly generated worlds, and no two worlds are ever the same, based on some kind of a seed.
What's that over there? Is that the old radio tower? The blinking lights?
I don't see any blinking lights, but that black thing looks suspicious. Oh, that blinking lights, okay. Yeah, some things are rendering a lot darker than others. And there's another car for us to push.
This is an essential item. Don't want to drop this on the ground and forget it.
Okay, wrench, cool. Gas stove. Cooking set. And we can cook this, right? By using this, and a little bit of wood, we can cook this. No, peppermint. Oh, we only have one peppermint. Okay. Right. How about mushrooms? One and two. This check. One, two. Two. Radio. Yep. To sleep on. Sure, why not? What are we at? Midnight, so like 6 hours? 7? Good.
Ah, it's broken. I need a tool to fix that. Ah, it's broken. I need a tool to fix that.
So that's the crossway we got from. That's this. Right, So we are. That's all the way south. Tired already? Well, let's just crush. See what happens. Movement speed minus point. Why? I don't know. Yeah, the level up music needs to go. Yeah, mushrooms on the mountain is a no-go. Empty space. It feels like it needs some density. Let's see. Are we dying yet?
Ow! I better get that
30.
cleaned up.
33. 33 is not impressive at all.
God dang it.
And light is still decent direction. Alright, so I'm assuming we need to find eggs, cut things down.
Ow!
We almost made Bud Duck happy. Salt. Yeah, water definitely needs to be more treasures. Ah.
Just a sip of tea will get me right as rain.
Oh, interesting. Nope. Apparently, this was one-time damage. Wrong exposure to water. No negative side effects. Alright, we're back with a wrench, most of the cassette tapes in 3 days. Light is still on. I think. Okay. I think at this point I have seen enough. So this is Yosemite Park Ranger, and let's talk about it. I made some list of things. All right, they're in progression as I went through them. So this. Let's go through the list while talking about the positives and negatives about the game. So, first big negative is escape needs to be able to close menus. As you can guys see, I open a inventory menu. Escape doesn't do anything to it. Like if I go and I try to cook, escape doesn't close it. So escape needs to be aesthetically. The change from this to this should not go through the eyeballs. Yes. There needs to be a way to reset the tutorial. We ran into some problems where the tutorial was a little buggy. The tutorial, there needs to be a confirmation button, like when something happens, either when you do it or you close it purposely, because a couple times, I mean, there's 2 or 3 moments in the tutorial where a window appears and it's not very fast. And for somebody who is a slow reader, who has trouble with reading quickly, that becomes an issue, because I had to restart the tutorial twice. Plus, a restart tutorial would be nice. Double clicking on things should activate them, but in case of a ladder and screwdrivers and whatnot, the primary weapon slot disappears. Right, so lantern and screwdriver and thingy magic. That doesn't work. All right, that's that. User interface. This is too big. This is too small. Now I'm assuming that was going to change if we change the display settings and drop this. see. Nope, the proportions are still the same. And this looks big. This is aesthetically okay. This is okay. This is okay, although there's a lot more information than here, so maybe this should be a separate window. Plus there's unused real estate down here. So user interface, there's zoom in and out of is the camera. Pivot is weird, especially stairs in the fire towers. And that's being taken care of in the next patch. So that's that. There is one space up the mountain to the visitor center where the sun is on and off depending on which way you face. So there's some inconsistency of what the weather is perceived by a character versus what the weather actually is. The car from the crash is still on, and it's easy to push around. We pushed it off the hill, so that's I don't know why it's that way. Maybe it's used for later things in the game, but the car is on, and if you crash a car, you're gonna turn on off a car like that. That's just camera goes silly in the cellar of the visitor center when you drop down. So camera has a problem with confined spaces, which we mentioned a couple times. There's a problem with how tall the character is or the hitbox of the character. So getting up into the visitor's attic on the second floor or third floor, depending on how you count, that's troublesome. So either crouch or the hitbox need to be changed a bit. Fall damage is soft. I think X3 is about right. It should be 3 times bigger. So that's that. The camera dips through mountains, so the camera, again, there's some issues with it, supposedly getting fixed soon enough. There, from the mountaintop, you can see the square end of a river. So I don't know if it's there or if it has to do with kind of the infinite perspective in games. I know that it happens in several games, so that's that. Canteen will disappear, so certain things will disappear from the inventory, and there's nothing you can do about it. So sleep UI needs a little love. That sliding bar, maybe a confirmation button, something. Otherwise, I like kind of the outside picture of where you are. Sorry, outside picture of where you are. I should have probably opened that window and get some fresh oxygen in here. There's unlootable tools, and I'm hoping they will become lootable. But if there are tools lying around, make them look unlootable. Broken, chipped, rusty, whatever. But a perfectly good axe, pickaxe, shovel, pitchfork. Those things were there. It's just asking to be picked up, so that's that. Not all tents are to be slept in, and that's weird. It feels inconsistent. Lights and fireplaces are on everywhere, and they don't go out. Maybe put a generator in those houses, and then have them run out of fuel after some time, like after 2 days. That would just make it sure that people, when they walk around at the first, they have light. But that's that. There is no oxygen dynamic and integration. You cannot drown in a river. That's on the list of things to be fixed soon. So, that's this.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and grab a drink and finish that.
Thank you, NPT. I'll do it in a second. The noise of rain is good. The downside is the rain versus walking on grass. It's imbalanced. I think the rain should be louder versus the grass. But I like the fact that there's at least 2 types of rain densities and whatnot. So I do like the weather, although the weather is changing way too fast. The size of the sun disk is a lot bigger than the light source, which means that you will, when you're standing on the mountain and the sun kind of moves out of your view, you will actually still see the disk but not be brightened by the sun. So there's some inequality of the pinpoint of the light source versus what we have it this. It's a small thing, but this. When you load things up, there seems to be a glitch where you spawn at the beginning of the cabin and then you get teleported and things just look weird. And then the last one is after loading, the weather is different. Categorically different. It goes from rainy to sunny. And then talking about the weather is we have the weather changing way too freaking fast. Like, I get the fact that the temperature shouldn't be going plus 8 degrees, minus 20, rain to shine to snow to shine. And this is a big one, the level up music and the skill level up music completely breaks immersion. It's completely soft chirp, soft beep maybe, but that orchestral piece of music, although nice, it's this. So this is what I found about the game so far. Now, what do I like about the game? Oh, let's pop into the game. Let me tell you. I think this is looking okay. Like the fact how things look. The berries are a bit of, so terrible. But the plants look okay, the mushrooms okay. I think they should be a little smaller and a little cleaner, but no objections. You have cool information here. Now, there's font and image problems here. I would imagine at some point there will be an image and a font, the main font on it, and then some stats. And I think there should be an option where you remove the stats versus plug them in, so you can live without knowing the durability and the food and the hydrate and the health, fatigue and whatnot. So that's that. I do like this. This is relatively easy to see this. I don't know if you need 2 decimal places in an immersion game. I think 1 decimal place would have been more than enough, or some kind of a bar divided into, say, 4 or 5 pieces and a writing over all saying, hey, you have greater than normal stamina, whatnot, because it looks like we can up those things terribly. And I think this should be permanently stuck. I think this is a good place to have all the other stats, but I don't understand why this and then this exists, one or the other. This is interesting. Obviously, it's showcasing some possibilities. Not sure how character will get levels versus cooking and foraging. I don't know what's going on. I must be either too warm or not enough oxygen, or not enough coffee. So I think this is a little too dark, but I like it in general. I like this. Alright, so that's that part. I think the guy looks okay. I think he looks a little stiff, and I think his shoulders look a little messed up. Whatever. I like the environment. The environment feels good. I think there is a little too much open space here. Maybe the bear rack should be in the middle of this versus being under the table. I'm not a big fan of this light blue highlighting. Should be in my opinion lighter, but okay. Not fan of the fact that lights are still on everywhere, but okay. But the grass feels good. As you can see, the shadows are moving with the sun. So the sun is moving, the moon is moving, the clouds are moving. The sky is not always either cloudy or not cloudy. There's some transitions in between. I think the water, it is decent. I mean, again, this is relatively simple water design, but or at least it looks simple. I like the fact that there's rodents, although they shouldn't have a hitbox where I cannot walk over them. I like the trees. I like the fact that loot is in all places. I don't think there should be a mushrooms on rocky surfaces because they wouldn't survive. But I'm happy with some of the aspects of that. It feels immersive. Like you walk around and you can feel the ANPT. The game is decent. It's in early access. It's called Yosemite Forest Ranger. I think the game overall needs a little love, but a lot of the systems in it are nice. I think there's too much loot in the game. I think the loot respawns too quickly. I think if it was a little bit more scarce and respawning slightly slower, it would still be very much enjoyable. Again, the highlighting is a little brutal. Lighting is good. Space is good.
I really need a drink.
When I looked at the map, or I overlooked the valley from two different types of cliffs. The perspective looks good. I think the character moves a little too slow, but that's just my feel for it. I like the structures. I like the placement. I like the trees. I like the density. I wish there was more things, but slightly less loot. Mushrooms are well hidden, so that's fine, especially if they're not going to be highlighted like neon signs, so that's good. The compass is neat, although I think the compass is a little too old school vintage fancy when comparing to the stats, which are just very bright, very kind of primary colors. So that there is this. The temperature above me and the year and the date, that could have been hidden better with the weather sign and whatnot. I think those would be nice if they were just maybe on very top, maybe some more immersion. Like this is very different than the compass, which is very different than the stats, which is very different than the modals of you're healthy and the temperature's normal and the perceived things. I think those are valuable pieces of information, but I don't think they should be all over the place. Weather is good. Firebugs are okay at a distance, a little too bright. They're really bright when you're up close, and I don't think they should be there. Like, I think when you run up to firebugs, they should just scatter. So maybe reduce the brightness as you approach them or something, but just... yeah, definitely sky and sunrise and sunset are done pretty well. For me, the baseline for how good a sunset should be and how good a sunrise should be is scum at this point in my life. But this is done well. Background sounds good. I would imagine a little bit more crickets or a little bit more, owls or maybe a fox or something, maybe wolves in the background, some more animal noise. But you guys can hear it? That genuinely feels like a stream, right? So there is a lot of those aspects. There's this white cloud over there. It's kind of shows up. It moves right by his nose, right? that's nice. It handles soft boundaries pretty well. It handles hard boundaries okay, but there's some verticality and access to mountains that feel a little off when we walked. It felt like some things I jumped over and some things I just skidded over, and I couldn't tell the difference. Although the grass and the trees and the meadow parts feel nice, the rocks feel little off, and that includes that longest canyon towards the radio tower. I don't think that canyon should be there unless it's historically or geographically accurate to the park. I think that's that. I think the shadows are done very well. I think this is about where I would expect it to be. It's bright. It's in your face, and when you walk around, again that blue thing should go away. But when you walk around, it's now running and carrying the lantern, but that has to do with how the character is modeled, I would imagine, some of this. And then when you get up here, the amount of light is yeah. That feels very, very, very believable, very nice. I think walking on planks should be louder and walking on grass. Now, I understand there's some things are not implemented yet, like picking things up, so I cannot pick up the axe here, and I cannot pick up rocks and chisel things and whatnot. But yeah, if we take it as a no predisposition and no expectations game, I think this game hits enough marks for me that I would say maybe not excited about it, but I'm definitely curious of what will come up, and maybe not every single patch, but eventually I'll probably reinstall it and take a look at what was happening. This is not a game that I can I go like, what am I doing here? This is a game like, okay, it has a bunch of things that aren't there yet for me to go like, oh my god, that's the game. But again, small studio working on a game. This is an early release. It got released in May 26th, 2022. So, releasing early game, it had 3 weeks of patching and testing with user data. So that's that. At the end of the day, what I see here, which are the environmental aspects and the lighting features and whatnot, this is solid. Overall, I think the game is a 2 out of 5, but that's saying from somebody who has a very particular and very high standard for gaming. Assuming that list of things get fixed, like the drowning and the fall damage and the escape to menus and some of the other things, this game is for people who want to play this game. This game will match Long Dark, which is a game I played and I actually very much adore. Like at the quality of level, maybe superseded, maybe not. I haven't played Long Dark in a second, so that's that. Thank you to Thirsty and Simon for allowing me to test it out. This is a very different test than I usually do, but since there's a lot of aspects of the game that aren't yet there, I was somewhat limited on what I could do. So what I got to review is mostly the feel for the game rather than the actual running the expected parts of the game. There need to be consequences for endurance needs to drop slower, and there has to be consequences for endurance. Oh, and time. slow down the time a little bit. I think it will do you wonders. And the weather changes and times, those need to be slowed down a bit. Okay, that's it. Yeah. All right.